Back now with the story you'll see only on Western Mass News. A local veteran quits his job after claiming the company he worked for wouldn't allow him to bring his service dog to work.
He shared his story exclusively with Western Mass News reporter Audrey Russo, who joins us now in the studio with more on that story. Audrey.
Yeah, Dave and Beth, James Chesnes is retired from the military, and for the last year and a half, he worked at the Home Depot on Boston Road in Wilbraham. He says the company's corporate policy for getting service dogs approved was unfair, as it asked his psychiatrist to take on the onus of responsibility for his pet.
Served in Germany. I did 2 tours in Iraq. My first tour was 2004, 2005, and then my second tour was 2010, 2011.
James Chesnes has spent the last several decades in the Army and National Guard, protecting the country.
I was struck with an IED about 10 feet from my truck.
Now he needs someone to protect him when the PTSD and brain trauma cause his thoughts to turn dark.
There was a lot of moments that I was getting depressed. There had been a few times in the past where I had contemplated committing suicide. And he's helped me through a lot of times.
He is a 120-pound St. Bernard named Tank. After a year of training, Tank is certified to wear not a barrel of brandy, but a service dog vest.
He's allowed to go anywhere with me.
So when Chesnes got Tank certified, he was ready to follow whatever steps his employer, Home Depot on Boston Road, required to bring his service dog to work.
I started the paperwork, and I filled out everything that needed to be filled, and it ended up going to my psychiatrist. He filled out all the paperwork again.
But the corporation needed one final sign-off from the psychiatrist before Tank could be allowed in the store.
When they called me into the office and they said, well, he won't sign off on it, stating that he'll be safe in that environment. And I'm like, well, he's not a dog psychiatrist. You know, he can't justify whether he's going to be safe in that environment.
The Home Depot corporate office is confirming that, telling Western Mass News, quote, "We allow service dogs in our stores and we make this accommodation commonly. This is an unusual case where the doctor would not sign off on the safety of the animal inside the store. And I'm told the verification process we follow is the standard practice for most companies."
We asked a lawyer familiar with the Americans with Disabilities Act.
She said that accommodations made for employees with service pets are made on an individualized basis.
You have to look at the essential functions of the job and the limitations that that individual has to do those essential functions.
And that medical professionals may be asked to consider a service animal safety.
Depending on the environment. I mean, if it was an office setting where there aren't safety issues, that could be one thing. But if it's working in an environment where there's other equipment moving around or other factors that may affect someone's safety, then those are things that might be taken into consideration.
Yeah,
Come here.
Those are fine.
Come see Daddy.
Chesnes quit his job and says he'll look for another one that allows Tank to be by his side. In the meantime, enjoying the freedom that public accommodations allow for under the ADA.
An individual might be able to take their service animal into a store shopping, which might be different than taking their service animal into work.
I've been to Walmart with him. I've been to other stores with him. We've had him in '99.
But he misses the community he found at the Wilbraham Home Depot, the people who made him feel less alone.
I made a lot of friends. There's a lot of good people there.
For now, it's just him and Tank.
It kind of was a slap in the face.
Chesnes is attending school and hopes to work in a biological field in the future. He said he came to us to share his story to let other veterans know that getting their service dog as an accommodation at work isn't always a guaranteed. Reporting live in studio, Audrey Russo for Western Mass News.